Oh, look, we just took the clothes on our backs and pillows and blankets, and my daughter laptop.
Yep.
She wasn't going to leave those behind.
That's right. God forbid she should be on Facebook for 1 minute.
Yeah, but all the other children are all boys, so they were all pretty happy with the stuff in the car.
Yeah,
And
because
she wants a blanket.
they looked at you startled when you suggested a change of clothes. It was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Chantal, I won't keep you. I know that you're busy. I know that your family's tired. We just wanted to check in and follow your story a little bit to see how you were going. It's great. The system, in your case, appears to be working though, so that's great.
It does, yes. There's just a lot of support. We're very lucky people.
Fantastic. Well, you keep safe. You and your family keep safe, Chantal.
Thank you very much.
Great to talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you too for everyone who's sending me helpful SMSs like this one. Hey Richard, it's the flashing button you need to push. 13 of Walbundrie just spilt their coffee and lunches in unison and ran to your studio twice. Yeah, thanks. Tim, amusing just himself, somewhere in Taronga. Rod Dixon is the senior forecaster at the Bureau because while we're having this sort of update and looking around at how it's affecting the lives of our community here in Victoria, we've also got one eye on the sky. Rod, what's that weather going to be doing?
Look, in terms of the rainfall for the next few days, most of the activity will be on. They probably some isolated totals up around the 20 millimetre mark, but
I'm not hearing too much in all of this. I hear a bit of cold, I hear a little bit of rain, but nothing that's going to really deeply or badly affect our flooded areas.
Well, that's right, and the rainfall out of this is falling pretty much over the far east and south of the ranges, where the heavier totals with this flooding event was about the northeast. So it is, the rainfall is going to be falling in a different area as well.
Okay.
And but there is the potential there for on the Friday for falls of around 20 to 40 millimetres. So by the end of the week, parts of Gippsland could see around 50 millimetres, but certainly nothing in terms of the sort of phenomenal rainfall we've seen over the last 7 days.
Rod, the hydrologists at the Bureau be flat out, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's 3 of them working flat chat today. So,
out of interest, what did those blokes all do during the drought?
During the drought, they do studies.
Were they still on pay?
Yeah. Well, I think they tend to do a lot of studies and work outside of. There is actually work going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, what a load. Hydrologists during a drought. I always thought that was the best job in the world. They're paying for it now, obviously, but still. Geez. All right, Rod, fascinating. Thank you so much. And we heard from that not too much is expected for the rest of the week. Now, of course, if you want localised information about flood conditions, water conditions, weather conditions in your area, tune in to ABC Goulburn Murray at Shepparton, 97.7 FM, or at 106.5 FM. 774 ABC Melbourne, ABC Victoria.
Ever wanted to try Twitter or Facebook but not being sure how they work? Or maybe you're keen to catch up on ABC TV on iView, or try the ABC's new mobile services but don't know where to start? ABC's Technology Explained website is here to help. It features videos and articles on everything, from social media, mobile devices and more. Head to abc.net.au/techexplained and cut through the technobabble.
Richard Stubbs.
On 774 ABC Melbourne.
And ABC Victoria.
ABC Melbourne, ABC Victoria, Richard Stubbs in the afternoon with Chicago and Saturday in the Park. It just occurred to me, we've just had our weekend. You may have broken your Feb fast on the weekend. I was chatting to Jason Byrne, the Irish comedian next year for the Comedy Festival at the Athenaeum. Just before about had he given up anything, we mentioned Feb fast. I was thinking about while the music was playing, I was popping on, I was thinking, wow, hang on a sec. There may have been folk out on the weekend who've gone a month without alcohol and suddenly they're back on it again. Can I ask you, if you're one of those people who did Feb fast or had a crack at it, how did the weekend go? Did you go mad, like, oh, look at this, what is this stuff you call alcohol? Or did you you find that over a month your habits have changed a bit? You just go, no, have a drink. Oh, not fussed. Either way. That wasn't pretty. Or you just staggering to the finish line. For the love of 774. Or you can SMS 0437 774 774. Feb Fast kind of ended. It was the first weekend post Feb Fast. How did you go? What happened? Was some of your friends? Did you go out and one of your friends had done Feb Fast and now they were in March? What would you call that? Hey Richard, I don't need to play 40-year-old talk today. Well, come on, it's an oldie tune today. Because I've been used, but I feel like I'm living at Grandma's place. Tony, it's Chicago, mate. White soul with a brass section. Early. There we go. Chatting Prado all this about all the floods that are going on, and as he often does, Kev from Melbourne summed it up for all of us. Floods are kids. They make a huge mess, they drain your energy. Yeah, you're right, Kev. Also getting quite a lot of taunting, because I struggled a little bit, putting pepper to wear. Richard, is this your first day on the job? If someone shows you the right buttons to press? And Jason, if you're going to try to own me, take the W off the right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I went there. Boom. Richard, living at Ruffy. No mobile, no TV, no internet. Just a blind. God bless the good old training, I say. 1300 222 774. You can SMS 0437 774 774. Did you have a go at Feb Fast? Which is a month where you don't have alcohol. If you didn't, why not? If you did, how was that weekend? The weekend just gone, where you were clear from. Oh, and Mark from Heathmont, I was trying to get to you, mate, and the line blew up again. I swear it's not my fault. Hey, Stephanie, if our legs bent the other way, what would chairs look like? All the best, Book. Thanks, Book. Once again, you've asked a question that all of us were thinking and just didn't have the guts to say out loud. Our legs bent the other way, what would chairs look like?
Walbundrie blocked off.
1-800 222 774. You can SMS 0437 774 774. Feb Fast. Did you do it? You did? Good. If you didn't, well, so if you gave it up for me, or have you given up alcohol in the past for a period of time, when you finished that, when you said, right, that was good, I've done that, now I can do what I like. Did you go back hard to catch up? Or did you kind of go, you know, I've changed my habits? I wonder how long you have to give something up before a habit change occurs. Like a month? It doesn't sound like enough. I would have thought 3 months. 1-300 0437 774 774. Richard Stubbs in the afternoon. 774 ABC Melbourne. ABC Victoria.
Michael Hussey takes the catch in Australia with a stunning first final at the Gabba.
It's the culmination of one of the more exhilarating one-day series played in Australia. Australia can clinch the triangular one-day series with a victory in Adelaide. Join me, Jim Maxwell, for live coverage of the second final from the Adelaide Oval tomorrow.
ABC Victoria.
Richard Stubbs on radio, online and on digital.
You're with Richard Stubbs on 774 ABC Melbourne.
21 to 3. I was just wondering, 774 ABC Melbourne, ABC Victoria, if you gave up alcohol for Feb Fast, and then that means this weekend it's just been, that would have been the weekend where you're back on. Did you leap back like a starving panther, or did you just stroll casually and had a quiet glass? I was just wondering about how long it takes you to give up before you sort of don't miss it and don't think about it. Now, cigarettes, what is it, 9 years, 10 years, something? Jamie's in Ballarat. Hey, Jamie.
Hi, Richard, how are you?
Very well, thanks.
We did a bit of a dare about 10 years ago, and we sort of gave up alcohol for about 6 weeks.
Okay, who's the we?
A couple of friends and I.
Yep.
and we sort of thought, oh, we were on a bit of a fitness campaign. Well, I just never went back to drinking. I just kind of, you know, you get so used to having the soda waters or rum cakes and stuff. I'm probably lucky to have maybe 2 glasses of wine a year now.
That's really interesting. Now, was it a conscious thing? As in, did you say, well, this stuff's bad for me, or I'm having too much of this, or did you just kind of get out of the habit?
I think it's more get out of the habit.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know, you used to have lunch with the girls on a Friday, you'd have a couple of glasses of wine, and we just decided one Friday that we weren't going to have any more wine, we were all going to get fit and do everything, and, well, the fitness went out the door, but we never went back to the alcohol.
Interesting. And, because I was wondering about how long it takes before I've broken the habit. And it is just a habit. Oh, I always have a wine with lunch. What if you didn't? Oh.
Yeah, I think it's probably, I think it was that 6 weeks was usually the hardest. I reckon probably about another, say, 4 weeks after that. And then you just, I don't even realise that when you went to order your lunch, you said, oh, I have a soda water with lime or something.
Yeah.
You just realise that you weren't.
Didn't we say? I know some people are just shaking their head going, that just seems wrong. Julie's morning, Bob. Hey, Julie.
How you going?
Good, thanks. Julian, I should say. You know what's nice of you, Julian, is that you didn't bother to go, mate, I'm a bloke, when I said Julie, so well done.
Thanks, Doc. I gave up drinking for probably 2 years, and then my 21st, my mates come down and they got me drinking, and it didn't take very many cans for me to get drunk, so I gave it up after that. But I was also drinking, I was up in the floods in the Valley in 1993. I was only three. I was only 3 at the time, but I can just remember a little bit of it. Mum and Dad telling me stories about it, about being isolated, couldn't get in the town or anything like that. But they had another flood after that, a couple of years after, and I remember helping Dad pick the cows up from the flats onto the higher ground to get away from the floods. And yeah, that was, I always remember that.
Yeah, Julian, that's a good point, because we haven't talked at all about stock and how feed any of the stock, what's happened to them, have they been drowned, are they on high ground but they're now isolated, we can't get feed to them? We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, I remember Dad and I like how blokes went down to get the cows off the flats and the water was rising and we were trying to get them out and they were stuck down there and they wouldn't come up, but we finally got them to come up, so, and then we had to go on that across sort of between the sailor and the Merca. And we had to try and get across to help her, and we couldn't get across to Katie Walsh's bridge. I remember trying to cross that in the car, and we had to turn around halfway and go back because the water was too deep. But
yeah, it's all beer and skittles in the city, mate. Sometimes our latte isn't quite hot enough.
yeah,
You know, we're all under stress.
yeah.
Thanks, Julian. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. It's good to always remind us too about, now, this is, we might see it on the news, but it affects individuals, affects people and their lives, and their livelihoods in real, not just in abstract. Doing less 40 long days, I'm not even I'm even mentioned from Andrew, getting slightly grumpy in this week. Third fast, the finished already? Right. Yes, mate. Which I didn't do that fast, but I try to get to Thursday of every week before I hit the bottle. That's Sally, who's in Hampton, and she brackets, I'm a mother. Which I gave up the grog for 3 years because it was taking over. I couldn't have just one. Broke its back. Now I can have just one. Dang, getting through the first summer was tough. Just in Ocean Grove. David goes above and beyond. Hey, David. Good. Dave, did you do Fed fast?
No, I didn't, mate, but I'm doing March fast and potentially April fast.
A 2 month, an 8 week block. What do you do for a living?
I'm a winemaker.
Won't this isolate you from your community, friends and your family?
No, the pursuit of long hours of processing fruit to turn them into alcohol to make more wine so I can drink more.
Okay, so what you say to them is, look, I'm not drinking for 2 months, but I'm playing a long game.
Yeah, it's all the strategy.
Fair enough. Why are you cutting off for 2 weeks, 2 months rather?
Well, we start processing now, and we'll be doing that for about 6 to 7 weeks. Pretty long hours, and I find that I get through it a lot better if I give up the bottle for that period of time, early start, late finish. And I recover a bit better. I'm not as young as I was before.
Does that give you pause? So I thought that, no, you can actually feel the physical effects of the wine or whatever it is you're drinking, and that's why you're giving up? like you think to yourself, if it takes the edge off my bowling and I need it, what am I like normally?
Yes, and certainly it's a nice break, but I have a